Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good day to you, anywhere you are listening. I am Yemi Olaleye. I'm a market analyst at FX Pro, and this is the weekly outlook on what we want to trade in the forex market for this week. Starting with the fundamental outlook on the forexfactory.com, focusing on the high impact news only for the 16th of June till 20th of June, 2025. On Monday, we have no single high impact news in the market, so we're not looking for any really big thing on Monday. But of course, anything is expected, especially now that we have a lot going on in the fundamental world between different countries and other countries. On Tuesday, we have tentatively JPY coming up on BOJ policy rates, monetary policy statement, BOJ press conference, and that's the time is not settled yet. And we have 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time coming up with the US dollar core retail sales monthly by monthly outlook. And this is also one good news that we can always wait for as US dollar traders because it's definitely going to move the market in a certain way. On Wednesday, we have Great Britain pounds, we have US dollar, we have Canadian dollar, we have USD again in the evening. So basically on Wednesday, it's quite voluminous and we have a lot of high impact fundamental news coming up on that day. The last one we had on that Wednesday, June 18th, is the NZD coming up with the GDP quarter by quarter by 11:45 p.m. Nigerian time. So on this day, we have to be careful as we trade Great Britain pounds, US dollar, USD CAD, and CAD pairs generally, and NZD as well. Because this day we have the federal funds rate on USD 7 p.m. Nigerian time. We have the BOC Governor Mark Lem speaking at 4:15 p.m. Nigerian time as well. And all of this has a way to impact the currency pairs that we trade basically in the market. On Thursday, we have voluminous impact news as well, which is even more than that of Wednesday. So basically, the most tradable day for the week would be Wednesday and Thursday. So we have to be careful, and the market tends to be volatile very much on those days. 2:30 a.m. Nigerian time, AUD is coming up with employment change and unemployment rate. And 8:30 a.m. Nigerian time, CHF is coming up with SMB policy rate and press conference. 9 a.m. Nigerian time, CHF is also coming up again. We have 12 p.m. Nigerian time for Great Britain pounds coming up with the monetary policy on its own, and also all day long for that Thursday 19th, the US dollar will be experiencing bank holiday and NZD as well will be having a bank holiday. And for that reason, we are going to expect more volatile or more volatility on the Great Britain pounds on this day, and that can actually still drive the Great Britain pounds US dollar, for example. So we have to be careful. On Friday, we have Great Britain pounds retail sales coming up 7 a.m. Nigerian time. YJPY also will be having Governor Uhede speaking at 7:40 a.m. Nigerian time, and that is the highlight for the week on the fundamental outlook. Strictly, let's go to what we have on the technical outlook of the business. Starting from the DXY, we start for the monthly time frame analysis, and let's see what we have for this month or for this week rather. So on the monthly time frame, let's begin with that. What do we have so far so well for the past 4 months or 5 months now? It's been bearish momentum on DXY, like the analysis I had before now. It was targeting this low. Once this low is taken out completely, we saw that last month and was closing below it. So this month I was expecting more bearish momentum, and that is what we're having right now. So it's remained bearish for now. And let's see what do we have on the weekly time frame perspective. On the weekly as well, we've had a bearish momentum, which has actually moved significantly below the last week candle. And with that outlook, therefore, when we look at the chart right here, we'll see that we still have more movement to the downside based on the technical outlook. Right here, we're expecting reaction, and that's why we're having some of it as it is right here. Can you see that? So essentially, what will happen for this week will be based on how we figure out this from the fundamental perspective. Now, what will the fundamental perspective be? We never can tell, but from the technical outlook, we can expect and forecast what we're expecting. So when the fundamental play out is going to complement it, or it's going to resolve it in a particular way, which we're going to blend with. All right. So we're not trying to focus so much on what we think will happen. Essentially, we're going to analyze and wait for the market to play out from the fundamental perspective of the business. So the reaction we had there is because of what we had there, and it's okay. This is on weekly time frame, but ideally, do we still expect more bearish momentum? Yes, personally, I'm still expecting more bearish momentum because for this week, this momentum right here was significant enough, which I believe that it will continue, most likely continue this way. We'll have more bearish momentum to the downside, right? To fill all of these levels. So before then, let's go to the daily time frame and let's see more information about that. I'm going to take out this level. So on the daily time frame so far, we had a favorable gap zone at a point in time. When you look at one of those days there, Wednesday, Thursday, we have a level like this. And what do we have on the Friday? The Friday tapped into that zone and so down, like just like that. So essentially, we've seen the market movements in this direction. And what can we be expecting more is more bearish momentum from the weekly outlook that we've seen the analysis. So going to the lower time frame, like 4 hour time frame, what do we have? On the 4 hour time frame here, let's see. On the 4 hour time frame, everything we have here is just telling us that we should be expecting more bearish momentum. And of course, the market actually shows a more bullish momentum in a way because I will be actually waiting for Monday candle to close before I really have more buyers. And from that perspective, therefore, you can see the market that's created something like this, which is a higher price level. And when we look at a lower price range, we can also find a price level like this or like this right here. So ideally, we can be waiting for the price to break low or to break above before we have more momentum in that direction. But with what this looks like, I will just be waiting for the market to continue in this bearish energy. Yes, just like that. This is what I'll be expecting on the DXY 4 hour time frame. So I expect more bearish momentum on the XY for this week because right there, I want to see more momentum into the buying energy for the Euro US dollar and Great Britain pounds US dollars. So right here, this is what I'm expecting. And President Donald Trump, on the fundamental parts, is looking to depreciate US dollar so that it can make it a little bit more tradable for traders and investors. And for that, I think I still believe more in the bearish momentum for the XY to happen. But then the fingers are crossed, and let's see what the fundamental will look like for this week. Okay, going straight to the Euro US dollar, the last one we had, the last setup we had for the week, last week was this buy momentum right here, and we made some bucks from that. So all of that we're taking out. The previous high level we've been expecting, we're targeting for a quite number of weeks now, has been taken out, completed already, high broken. So all of that has played out in the markets. We made significant profit over the last week rather, from all of these outlook. And then let's see what we have next. All of these are past glory now. Let's see what we have on the monthly time frame. Let's see how it's going. On the monthly time frame, it's been bullish for the past 5 months. There about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we have here, like I do say every single time, that this is the target. This is the ultimate target for me. And right now, it's about 800 pips to get there. How long will it take to get there? I never know. I don't know. I don't care to know because from the moment we have, from last year, yes, from last year, we're analyzing this and I've been sharing my idea that this will be a buy and buy month after month, be sharing every single week that I'm looking out for a buy overall. And this is my target actually. All right. And for this month so far, I've seen a bullish momentum, a bullish energy, which has moved significantly. And it has actually done about 285 or 89 pips at a point in time and retracement a little bit for now. And we are just around the midpoint of the month. And then we still expect more bullish momentum. And how is that going to play out on the weekly time frame? Let's quickly check it out. Weekly time frame, I still have these targets in view, whereby I'm expecting the price to still do a little bit of more bullish momentum till it gets to this level. Like you see, it's around 800 pips and more. But what we have for last week was a bullish momentum right here, which broke the previous high. It swept it rather. It swept the previous high that we had on the weekly time frame level and closed just below it. And with that outcome, what else are we expecting? Should we expect that the price should come to this price level here before it continues to buy and all of that? But then let's check that out on the daily time frame to further see more insight. Because right here, every liquidity level that we know has been grabbed, has been tapped into, and has been fulfilled. Starting from here as the weekly bullish favorable gap zone, we've seen that bullish demand zone level here. Market retraced back into it, and we've seen a lot of things that happen. A lot of things that happen there. Can you see that? So currently, what we have now is an opportunity to keep on in a particular momentum. So let's see what momentum direction would that be on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, since we tapped into this price level, which was also a zone from the weekly time frame where we started buying from, and we've seen how the market has reacted. The previous daily high that we saw here, you see that it has been swept, and the market is just around that zone right now. And that also means that we can be expecting the market to either continue or to start selling. As it's looking more like the price is on a supply zone. Of course, it broke a previous high. We should expect a bit of retracement. And right here, what we have on daily time frame that would have been like a bullish momentum for us or a bullish potential momentum for us, it has been fulfilled on Friday. So currently, what is this looking like? I'll be looking forward to more bullish momentum on this price level. Ideally, if I have to go by that, I have a level like this in mind. Okay, from here to here. Okay, I have a level like this, which I'll be expecting the price to get into. But if I look at it critically, as the price not getting into it, if the price has not gotten into it, then it's fine. But I'm not really, let me see, about 81 pips, maybe not. But let's see if I'm going to buy. Can I wait for the market to drop about 80 or 90 pips into this range, or 80 pips into this range before I start buying? Because this is another momentum level where I'm looking at in the market, which means I can be waiting for the price to do something like this, and continue buying and do something like this. Okay, but then let's see further on the lower time frame analysis. Let's see another perspective of the market to determine what we're going to do with this outcome. All right, on the 4 time frame, let's see that on the 4 time frame, on the 4 time frame, on the 4 time frame, on the 4 time frame. Okay, so this is what we have on the 4 time frame, looking just like that. Let me take out this. Nothing really more different, okay? Nothing really more different. The last outlook we take here, we had the last trade we took from here was from this price level here. Was from this price level. So, which means that from this price range, we still have more bullish momentum because right here, when we go to the lower time frame, it seems more like we should expect more bearish momentum before we have the buy. But to me, from here, I think we can still wait for what we've analyzed on the daily time frame, which was here. Okay, I can still wait for what will happen here on the daily time frame. So, which means I can expect a sell into this range about 80 pips before the market start buying into the previous high level. And when we look at this, when we shrink the chart very well, let's shrink the chart a little bit. This guy is not bringing it. He's not bringing it. Oh, he's not. He's not. He's not. Okay, what I want to share with you is that I time frame. Coming. I'm coming. Okay, look at this. Can you see we still have a higher price range where we're still expecting the price to get into? Can you see that on the daily time frame? You appreciate the chart more when you squeeze it and you see the entire bigger picture. Look at that, look at that, look at that, and look at that. So we just broke this level now. A reaction is expected before we see the market now trading back into this range right here, into this range right here. Before that level, we have this high price level in mind. Can you see that? We are looking at this. We're targeting this level from the current market price to where this is now. It's about 375 pips. That will be the next target. So ideally, let's keep it simple. Let's go back to the main chart. Let's see the intermediate contest rather, and let's see what the price is saying. So on the 4 time frame, this is what we're looking at. Still expecting more bullish momentum from that perspective. So for the price to do something like this, a little bit of sell into this range, and back and forth like that. Something like this. So ideally, if we're looking at the market from this perspective, it is good. But let's see something on the 1 hour time frame. Let me show you something. This looks like a perfect entry on a lower time frame, like 1 hour time frame, whereby we can be targeting this level. I'm going to delete this. Let me delete this. So okay. Where we can be looking at this price level as now a supply zone where we can expect the price to get into for a buy because it will really make sense that you see if you're a short-term trader, you can see opportunity to also buy. Buying from here, selling and selling back into this range, the market buys again. So which means that we're having two scenarios now. One is that we have a buy. If we look at the lower time frame, like 1 hour time frame, showing a bullish momentum right here into this range. And from here, we see a sell momentum, but I'm not expecting much sell there because right there, I'll be expecting another level for a buy trigger, which is here. All right. So with that outcome, therefore, if you're looking at the market to buy into this range before you sell, don't expect it to sell long because from the perspective, it's more of bullish momentum from the higher time frame. So a short-term sell for a longer time frame buy. And that is how I'm looking at the markets right now. Okay, that being said, going back to the 4 hour time frame, this is what I'll be sitting on, and this is my anticipation in the long run for the 4 hour time frame. On the Great Britain pounds US dollar, on the other hand, let's see what we have on the Great Britain pounds. This also gave us some significant pips last week when we made some money off this currency pair. And let's see, let's delete all of this. I'm no longer interested. This is a monthly time frame for Great Britain pounds US dollar. It's also been on a bullish ride for some times now. And like I've been sharing for the past month, that this is the target we're expecting the price to get to on the Great Britain pounds US dollar. And from there, how many pips is it from the current market price? It's about 700 to the current market price, ideally. So this guy is moving faster than the Euro US dollar, almost the same thing, but it's moving faster in a way. And let's see what's going on there. On the weekly time frame, what do we have? It's been bullish momentum so far, so well. Been bullish momentum. The weekly time frame high that has just been completed on Euro US dollar has been completed for some times now on Great Britain pounds US dollar. This is the third week after that. All right, it has created above it, and for the past 3 weeks, it's been creating series of higher highs and higher lows without significant bullish momentum above that price level. So, what exactly are we expecting on this guy? What exactly is Great Britain pounds US dollar tending to do? Is it that we're expecting a bit of sell momentum into this range before you start buying? And how many pips is that? If that should happen, that is about 177 pips. 177. That's quite much. That's really quite much. But basically, it's been showing higher momentum like this. It's been showing higher highs and higher lows. Sorry. Yes, higher highs and higher lows right here. Can you see that? So basically, this is what it has been showing. But what is superior to this? We need to see how the market will move out of this range. If it's buying close above here more significantly to create a flow just like this, create a flow and give us a bullish momentum or a bullish opportunity below the price level you're taking, then we can take a buy from there. But this guy is not doing that right now. Let's see what's going on. Basically, ideally, we're looking at how the price will get here in the future. Don't forget that this is just by the way. Taking out the highs, we expect a reaction. From there, we expect a movement and boom to the upside. The next high level will be targeting will be around this price level. I'm coming, will be around this price level here, around this price level, which is very close, right? So, which means from the current market price now to where we're expecting is about 200 pips away. So let's just figure out that on the lower time frame and let's see the opportunity we may have when this is about to happen, if we can benefit from that. So the weekly time frame outlook, the weekly gap that we have here, I'm not seeing it playing out because it's not really showing it and we can't force it. Okay. This is a weekly fair value gap zone on Great Britain pounds US dollar. Okay. But then this has been ranging for a couple of days now. It's been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. But what do we have? Do we have the opportunity to continue buying or selling? This is really ranging. So in a ranging market like this, I don't really do much with it. I have to try to leave it as much as possible. And right here, if it's leaving anything like fair value gap or a breaker block, whatever it is, we can always wait for that level to come and we can place a buy from that zone in the future. But right now, it's much of a range. It's much of a range. Great Britain pounds US dollar is much of a range right now. But ideally, on the higher time frame perspective, without further ado, we'll be looking for further buy momentum. I'll be looking for a buy. I'll be looking for a buy. I've said that again and again. I'll be looking for a buy no matter what happens on Great Britain pounds US dollar. So long the DXY is dumping, I'll be looking for a buy on this guy because we have a target on the higher time frame perspective. Don't forget we have a target, and the target is right here, looking at us right here. Can you see that? So this is the high price level we're looking at. Look at the entire picture, looking at this level. All right. So that's what I'm saying on the that's what I'm saying on the crypto past US dollar daily time frame. And on the 4 hours, of course, do we have any opportunity here? It's also been ranging. Of course, higher time frame is ranging. What do you expect? We expect a range on the lower time frame as well. So let me take out all of this. Let me take out all of this, but definitely I'm expecting a buy on this particular one. This is ranging, so much of a range. I don't know what to really talk about this guy, but it's much of ranging. But let me put this back on to guide our thoughts. This is just ranging, okay? So for me, I'm not expecting the price to move back into this range, but then I expect more bullish momentum regardless. No matter what happens, I'm expecting more bullish momentum. Could it be that at this price level, sorry, I'm coming. Could it be that at this price level, this low here, we can have more bearish momentum to grab liquidity from here? Then we start buying from out of this range. Could it be that? I'm not sure yet, but let's wait for how the market will open and let's see the fundamental perspective that will influence the volatility in the market. So that being said, on Great Britain pounds US dollar, let's see this guy, AUD US dollar. AUD US dollar is one market I try to avoid as much as possible, but gave us another opportunity for a buy, which gave about 170 pips thereabouts. But then over the month, it's been bullish. So let me take out everything I've done about it. Over the month, it's been bullish, but at the same time, it's been really, really ranging. And so far, so well. I was targeting this level that this is our main targets and main focus on this particular buy. And when you look at that, it's about 500 pips on average. If you look at what the market is doing currently and where it is sitting right now at 0.64872. On the weekly time frame perspective, therefore, let's look what we have. And it's been ranging, fantastic range so far. I say fantastic because this range is really, really impeccable. I don't know how a currency pair ranges this much over how many months now? This close to 2 months more, right? And but then I'm not really bothered because if you have the patience to wait, like I do say, this is still giving a very good run for a bullish momentum, which means at the end of the day, we're still expecting the price to move above that level and complete this kind of cycle. And right there, this is the weekly time frame outlook on it. I don't know how you want to manage this range. I cannot deal with it. As a matter of fact, I cannot. But if you're a long-term trader, I would just suggest that you look for a buy so long we have the DXY dumping, then we can always see more bullish momentum right here. It could range, but it's ranging to the upside. Don't forget that. So this is the outlook I've been having over this guy for the past weeks. And last week I said the same thing that I'll still be expecting more bullish momentum on it. And look at that on daily time frame for the past 5 days, which was the entire 5 days of trading for last week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was ranging. Can you see that? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, exact range. The range was too much. So ideally, it actually closed, it closed bearish because when we go to the weekly time frame, it should be a bearish candle. Can you see that? A lot of range and closed as a bearish candle. So which means it gave profit, it collected it back. For those that sold, it gave profit, it collected it back. It ended this way. So what are we expecting for this week? I don't know. We still have much of range because this is not leaving us with any anticipation in any direction specifically for a buy liquidity or a sell liquidity, rather than the other flow that we're seeing as a market structure on higher time frame that this price will be delivering to the upside based on the technical outlook right here. So without further ado, let's go to the 4 hour time frame. The energy remains the same. We don't have to waste time on it. Can you see the structure? Range, 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 range. Please out of the structure at some time and get here. And from that price to the level we're expecting, about 500 pips on average, right? So basically, this is what I'm looking at on the AUD US dollar, and that is it on 4 hour time frame. Let's go to the USD card. USD card, nothing really much. I was only expecting it to get to this price level on 4 hour time frame. I'm not really doing much with it. Expecting it to get to this price level, and last week it tried movement, range, and the rest of that. It did over 100 pips. Yeah, anticipated a sell though, but I was expecting it to sell into this range, which has not done that. I don't know if we still get there or not. I'm not really interested. The range was too much, and it's too much. It's too much. So based on that, we just move on. What else? I'm not really looking at this guy. Okay, I'm not looking at it. USDJPY. Okay, I should look at it because last week we had a fantastic about 200 and something pips from there because last week we targeted this level. Can you remember that? This level here, the 4 hour supply zone. I shared this in class as well. This 4 hour supply zone during the week, I shared this and the market tapped into it the second time. We caught the second time because at the consequent encroachment, which is the fair value gap zone right here, which we have, so which we have the equilibrium level, which the market tapped into just like that. And the moment the market tapped into it, it started selling off. And the last time I checked that, it was about 260 pips to the downside. Can you see that? 265 pips now. Okay. And from there, the market started retracing, did all of this movement, and it's fine. It's quite really good because right there, there's also a volatility that we should be expecting the market to grab. But then after this whole movement, what are we expecting? Let me just start from the higher time frame. I'm coming back to this guy. On the monthly time frame, what have we been expecting on the USDJPY? Well, so far so well, it's been buying and currently it's been showing the bearish momentum back and forth, but at a very critical zone right here. The market has tested this level time after time, and it's looking more like the bulls do not have the energy to take the price above this level, right? And right now we're looking for the month of June to continue with the bearish momentum currently at a doji candle, but then expecting it to continue in a self direction to break below this low level so we can have the price coming to a new target for a lows. But then before then, let's have the weekly time frame analysis and let's see what's going on. On the weekly, it's been ranging for a quite number of time now, and last week was fantastic range, and previous week was also one. But currently, what we have here is just a little bit of momentum back and forth. But then we're expecting more bearish momentum to a price level like this. And how do we figure that out? This is the previous high level. On the daily time frame, let's see what we have. On daily time frame, the previous level we had has been tapped into, and right there on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the market has done significant movement to this direction. So ideally, this level now, I'm not looking forward into it again because it has delivered what I was expecting. But with this outlook, will the market continue to sell? Yes, it looks more to sell on the higher time frame. And if it's going to sell, well, I'm expecting it to take out this previous low level right here. I'm expecting it to take out this low. Okay, so if it's taking out this low from here, taking out this low right right there, you can look for more sell right there. And this is on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame analysis, let's see what we have. On the 4-hour time frame, look at the level we have here. Can you see that? Look at the level we have. So from here, we can actually still be expecting the market movement. We can be expecting momentum of the market to get in here. At the end of the day, we can be expecting the price to get in here. So from the current market price to here is about 390 pips. But if waiting for the market to bring below this level, it makes so much sense as well. And with that, you can make about 150 pips on average. So I'll be expecting more bearish momentum on this USD JPY because right here, the market has actually done significant movement. It's back to a level we should be expecting more sell, of course. So, and what if the flip happens with the DXY and this starts to buy? It's okay. We understand. It's okay. Set your stop loss and you throw with proper risk management. That's that on USDJPY. USDCHF, I've not been looking into this guy, but the last time I checked it out, I anticipated a sell from it and I anticipated a sell on it. But it's been selling so far so well, but I do not do much on it. Group pounds GPY, nothing much, nothing really. Just that the structure that I checked in class for my students. What I look at, I saw liquidity trend line liquidity right here. The market was just within the range, within the channel, grab liquidity back and forth. So I expected to grab liquidity above the upper channel before it starts selling. And actually, let me see. I think it did because I'm not looking at this guy. Seriously speaking, I'm not. Okay, it has grabbed the liquidity and back and forth, back and forth. Anyways, I don't care with the movement. All I want to say is when it starts selling, if it sells to this price range, this is why I have a buy momentum here. I have a buy target here rather. If the momentum goes bearish, breaking below this level here, if the momentum goes bearish, I'm looking forward to buy from this price level. This is on GBPJPY. Anyways, let's see what we have again. GBP card, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Good, basically good. Now we just tell you that gold is looking bullish. Okay, let's start from the monthly time frame analysis. On the monthly time frame, what gold has been showing us is bullish momentum, bullish energy over the time, over the month, and it will continue. Generally, gold will continue to buy amidst all the chaos going on in the world right now. Gold will continue to buy, and if you're buying for a long-term position, we suggest that you keep buying gold because that is what this is showing. And basically, from the fundamental outlook, it means investors they look forward to safe havens like gold, palladium, and silver to invest in because the price will tend to always increase no matter what happens. So in turmoil of everything going on in the world right now, investors turn to gold, and that's why gold has been buying. Even the central banks are buying gold massively. And for that reason, I'm looking for gold to be a continuation of the buy on the higher time frame, like monthly time frame. Like I said last week, that I'll be expecting more bullish momentum, that we're targeting the all-time high again in the market. And last week, I said I will be expecting the previous high to be broken, which was the previous week high. And this was the previous week high right here. Can you see that? And that is at 3,399. And this last week, the market actually bought significantly above it. The market moved uh, more than 1,500 pips, and it closed actually above the previous week level. This was our target, which I was anticipating right here. Was the price level 3,432, and the price actually went there. It ate the take profit for everybody in the community. So basically, for those that traded this, they eat the profit, but this level has been targeted and has been booked for a long time now. So it's a fantastic thing to see how good move that significant movement in the market and how a lot of traders make money off it. Okay. So that being said, let's see the daily time frame analysis. Let's see what we had. On the daily, we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So basically, this was the level we targeted that the price we get to later on from the moment the price has created this structure. So the last analysis we had was to expect the price to move in a particular direction and to break this high in that week. And funny enough, on Tuesday, it happened like nothing will happen in the market. It was showing more so. But on Wednesday, the momentum started, a kickstart, and then boom, to the upside. So we add a lot of movement to that position. And look at this. It's a fantastic movement right there, whereby we see how the market has moved significantly to break this level. And this level being broken, let's take it out. That's now a past glory. This level being taken out. Let's move it out. So this is the next target. This is the next target of the all-time high on gold, about $3,500 per ounce. And what the market is showing now is more bullish momentum from what we've seen so far. So what could that be? Could it be that the price will try to retrace a little bit back to this price level, or it will continue buying significantly? Well, I'm not going to say market will continue buying significantly now till it break the previous all-time high, but then we can expect a little bit of momentum, a bearish momentum before it gets there. But I'm not expecting this to happen on Monday to just keep on a buy and hit the level. No, I'm not expecting the straight buy right now. A little bit of bearish momentum to that level. So, keeping everything simple, let's go to the 4-hour time frame and let's see what we have on the 4-hour time frame. Well, the market has actually done its part. Rejection, and the movement back and forth after taking out the level, the high price level. So basically, it's still showing more bullish momentum, bullish energy, a strong one, by the way, a very strong one. So I'll be looking forward to a very strong bullish momentum from here. But ideally, it's not bad if we expect the market to get into this range. It's not bad. It's something we can still look into. So for me, this is what I'm expecting. This is what I'm targeting for the next couple of days for this week. This is on good. I'm still looking forward for it. But if I want to sell this, I'll be expecting to sell in. I'll be expecting to buy from here. If at all, if good sales, I'll be expecting to buy from this price level and set my stop loss just below it. Then through proper risk management according to your own account size. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we'll be stopping for today. Thank you very much. It's quite a wonderful week, and I wish you the best of it. And do enjoy every single bit of the week. Thank you. God bless you, and have a wonderful trading week ahead of you. Bye for now.